Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry, sometimes you just remember some good shit. Welcome to the Bottom of the Bottom Podcast.
What's going on, good people? Y'all know what time it is, man. It is the Wednesday Humpday Happy Hour Tap In. How y'all doing, man? What's going on, Carolina?
And shit, you already know it's the official Humpday Happy Hour Tap In. You know how we get down.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Always a good show, man. We about to get this cranked up here in a minute. We'll bring in our returning guests. Go ahead and introduce our guests. Go ahead and bring everybody in.
So, we got Mr. and Mrs. Gray, Mr. Tony Gray, and Miss Tawanda, our past guests.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's right. This is our third time.
Third time.
Yeah. See?
No one does it better.
That's
There
right.
you go.
That.
That's why
I
you
hear
keep
that.
coming back.
That's right.
That's why you keep
Support our
coming back.
people. We support our people.
That's
As
right.
we should, and that's going to be a topic of discussion. We're trying to figure out why it's so hard for people to do that, man. It's
No,
it don't
you sure you
it
want
don't
to do that?
cost you nothing, and it don't hurt nothing to support people, man. I can't say that enough.
Come on, brother.
Okay, well, we're gonna get right into the first call, man. Y'all know how we do. Little heat check, ain't no right or wrong answers.
I already knew Tony was going to be on some.
Listen, you got questions again.
Let her do it.
No, she going to do it. Both of y'all.
Okay. All right.
All right, so my first question is: would you rather hang out with Tommy and Cole from Martin or Dwayne and Ron from A Different World?
Tommy and Cole.
Tommy and Cole. I believe that. Ron and Dwayne was a hell of a team too.
I'll take that.
Fast cars to big trucks.
Oh, is that me? Are you?
Either one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say it again.
Fast cars to big trucks.
Big trucks.
All right. Don't get too dirty with this. Open your mind to the question.
Hey.
Open your mind to the question.
What's the
I'm
name?
trying to promote.
What's your favorite position?
You said, don't get.
You could be a shortstop. You could be a point guard. It could be doggy style. It could be CEO.
Hey, let's play. Hey, let's play football. What position? Left out.
Okay. I knew I was gonna get him with that one. Strangest cuisine or food you've ever tried in your life?
Oh,
Do what?
the
What was that?
strangest food that we've ever tried. I don't think there's, because we are foodies, but anything that we,
What did I say?
I know you will,
probably
but I
don't know.
won't.
What?
I don't step
You're from
outside.
Alabama.
Holla. Don't go there.
She with the gourmet
You know what I'm
chitterlings.
saying?
Y'all eat
You
mountain
taking
oysters
it somewhere you don't need
goat
to take it.
ass, all of that shit.
I knew somebody was going to say ass. I knew ass was coming.
You know what? If I eat goat ass, that means you eat ass.
Oh, God damn. What? That just went live.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all mute that?
It's too late now.
That's one of them shows, baby. That's one of them shows. No. It's Carolina fault. He told us. What did he say? Uh-huh. You asked for
I
it.
told you I can't be trusted.
Did you ask for it?
I did.
My final question, my fifth question is always going to be the same. White room, in this case, is 4 chairs. You, your husband, and then dead or alive, who you going to put in the other 2 chairs? Who you want to have a conversation with?
Oof. Dead or alive, who would I want to have a conversation with?
I already know the answer for you.
How many chairs is it?
It's 2 empty chairs.
My mom and my sister.
Yep, that's just what she was. I was.
That's what's happening. That's my 5.
All right, we're gonna go old westerns or martial arts movies, kung fu flicks.
Kung Fu flicks.
Kung Fu flicks.
Hey, you young people don't know about them kung fu flicks. Reading the
Man.
subtitles and shit.
Bruh,
What?
we was in the bed the other night watching old martial arts.
5 Deadly Venoms and whatnot.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know if y'all remember, so we gonna go John B. first album or Donnell Jones first album.
Donnell Jones only album.
Well, only album.
I- That answered that question.
It was a dope album though.
Yeah, it was a dope album. So yeah, I got John B.
You into that era? That's not my era. I'm older. I'm a little.
No, it's not that it's not your era. It's the fact that your head is full of house music stuff.
No, I'm classics, 80s, 90s.
Okay,
yes.
so answer the question.
I never listened to their whole album, so I don't want to answer that. Who's a better singer?
All right, who's a better singer?
John B.
All right. Food, open fire on the grill.
Isn't that the same thing?
It's not the same thing.
Not necessarily.
It's not the same thing.
Open fire. Oh, okay.
On the
I
grill.
guess I say open
on the
open
grill.
fire is on the grill, isn't it? I'm saying, isn't it fire on the grill instead of gas?
That grill is out of control if it's on fire.
Huh?
The grill is out of control if it's on fire.
I go with grill. I'll go with
I
grill.
can't.
All right, Tony, your favorite meal that Tawanda cooked, and Tawanda's favorite meal that Tony cooked.
This nigga don't cook.
Look,
He said,
no.
I like my
No,
BB&J crust
I'm
hard.
just playing.
No, don't be
No.
talking about. I just playing now.
No, I'm going to answer. I still got to answer the question. You know, I love your mac and cheese and your
Yeah.
That's the I eat
No,
ass
no,
tonight
no.
face.
No. I love a mac and cheese.
That must be a mean mac and cheese.
That must be a mean mac and
You
cheese.
said whole meal?
No, he just
Okay.
just the dish. That's
So
all.
Tawanda, what Tony make?
That I absolutely love. Anything that he does on the grill. Anything that he does on the grill.
All right, my last one. On the Wood. The movie The Wood. Y'all watch The Wood? The movie?
Oh, you talking about the movie?
Oh, the movie. Oh,
Oh,
like,
I'm
I
sorry.
thought
I
we
was
was talking
talking
about porn or some
Yeah,
shit.
'cause
Yeah.
I thought you
I
would say on his
hey,
wood.
on my
So I was going.
Hey, we going
Wait,
out
what?
wood?
We going on wood? We
Yeah.
going
I was
wood?
like,
Oh,
you got to come back.
Sorry. We back. We good. Yeah.
Hey, you didn't know it was gonna be like this, did you?
So I don't pay attention to porn titles. That's not what's important.
All right, On the Wood. The movie The Wood.
Say the movie The Wood then.
Yeah, The
I need
Wood.
to
I
read
said The
that.
Wood. I
Yeah,
said
leave
The
with
Wood.
that, please.
The cops pull you over. Are you snitching or are you helping? Get out the situation.
Oh, I'm
Remember when
helping.
they got pulled over the night of the party?
Helping.
Helping.
All right, that was first call. Y'all took it way left, but it was simple.
Absolutely, yeah.
What the hell? Did he just turn up the bottle?
I'm at the bottom.
You know what? That's probably Listerine in that bitch.
Well, shit,
Oh,
if
no.
you drunk Listerine like that,
If
you
you ever
bad
had
nigga.
brown Listerine, you don't swallow that
I'm
motherfucker.
fucking with you.
That brown Listerine crucible.
I
That should
Nah,
wake you
I've
up.
drank with y'all before. I know y'all don't play. Y'all don't play. Remember I tapped out?
Oh yeah, that was my pops though. That wasn't us.
Yeah. I had to stop you. I had to
You
stop
lying because when y'all was both like, you want a shot? You want a shot? And your father was doing this. It was all three of y'all. It was all three of y'all.
It was 2 out of 3.
It
I
was
don't
all
force nobody to
three of
drink.
y'all. All
Oh,
three of y'all.
all
I don't
three
force
of
nobody to
All
drink. So.
three of y'all.
So real quick, just off like I try to grab something off the news wire,
Okay.
before we start these shows.
All right.
Kanye West, Candace Owens, White Lives Matter.
You saw that?
Yeah, I saw that.
What was your first interpretation of that?
Those two do anything for a soundbite.
That's fair.
I didn't take it as them.
Believing it?
Yeah, I didn't. You know what?
It was just for
Sometimes
attention. I think
it
it was
was
just
for more attention and
publicity. Like
right.
I don't think
right.
at this point that Kanye is even on the level that he was.
He knows what he knew what he was doing
yeah,
when he did that.
Yeah.
And he picked the right person to do that with.
What you say, Carolyn?
I don't mess with it. I don't agree with it. I didn't listen to his explanation. But what I wanted to say was the sad part about it, he ain't the only one. He's just the only one we see that does stuff like that.
Exactly.
That's the sad part. Like everybody putting the light on Kanye, but think about other people that think just like him.
Exactly.
That's supposed to be in the fight for us. That's what I got a problem with. Like he's bold enough to put it on camera, but what about the other black people that aren't bold enough to put on camera but view the same shit he view?
It don't matter because we're still like right now we're talking about it.
Yeah.
He did what he was supposed to do.
This is my point about just bringing that up in general.
Yeah.
I don't think he's as crazy as people want to make him out to be crazy.
Exactly.
He's an evil genius. That's how you put it.
Exactly.
I said when I saw it, I said, "Damn, he gonna make another $500 million."
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, that was my first thought.
They're gonna go right off the shelves. Number white folks gonna buy it. He gonna put the highest price on it, and they gonna buy it.
Even a broke clock is right 2 times a day, man. And he was on Drink Champs with Nori. Kanye say a lot of fool shit, but he can back up like 85% of it.
Oh yeah,
and that's more than most
went
people.
against him when he said so because he wasn't telling the truth. Those so-called thugs would have came for him.
Absolutely.
You know, because he talked about some serious street dudes.
Absolutely.
You know, because we talk about certain artists, it's not the artist that'll come and get you; it's their entourage.
Yes.
And they didn't bother him. So,
and that's another crazy thing about Kanye. Like, you really don't hear about his entourage.
He be by himself.
No, he dolo. He even said that when he was on Drink Champs. He be dolo.
But even when you see pictures, you might see one security. Like, you got Floyd Mayweather walking with 50 security guards. You got 50 Cent with 5 or 6 security guards. Normally, when you see pictures of Kanye, it'd be like maybe one security guard.
Kanye don't offend. He don't offend. This is the difference between 50 and a Floyd. Kanye says fucked up shit that affects a bunch of people. 50 specifically be picking on motherfuckers. True. And that's when you run into problems. You know what I'm saying?
If you put the shoe on the other foot, say he was a black, who he is, and he happened to call out somebody white, it would go different for him.
Absolutely.
We don't retaliate like white folks do.
So you think that's his strategy to keep doing it this way to make black people like us conversate? So he's technically not, huh?
Yeah, we doing it.
I think it's intentional. I think it's always intentional. I think the evil, like you said, evil genius.
Right.
I believe Kanye knows that them clothes is fucked up.
Yeah.
And he really was like, you know what? I'm at such a level right now that these people will say whatever I say and back it up. And I'm gonna put out the trashiest line of clothes and charge them the most fucking money I can just to prove how ignorant these folks is.
Not
And
only
nobody
that,
picked up on it.
not only that, think about it. The more he says something negative towards his own race, the more white folks love him, and the
That's who's
more they
buying the stuff.
buy his shit. Yeah,
That's who's
that's who's
buying the
buying the
stuff.
shit, not us. They are.
But yeah, but black people still support him because he's still making beats for the black community and the black culture. I wanted to say, do y'all put him and Charleston White on the same level when they talk in their actions? I don't know if y'all know who Charleston White is.
Everybody
White.
know who Charleston White is now.
Yeah, Charleston White has a kind of Kanye idea of things. Like, he quit to call us niggas. He was like, in any situation, he looks out for himself.
He's a dude out of Texas. He was ex-convict, locked up in jail. And his whole thing now is he does not celebrate the quote-unquote nigga shit. Like the gang stuff, the exploitation of women. Like, he the first person to be like, if you do something to me, I'm calling the police. Like, he trying to kill that whole snitches get stitches thing. Sometimes I be looking at him like, man, you crazy as hell. And sometimes you got to look at him like he got a point. He's not for the egregious violence and stuff that's going on. He spoke on the Little League game where that person got shot. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But he's such a abrasive voice. It's hard to get his message.
Yeah, like he talk about respecting women, and then he said he'll run a train on a white woman.
Right.
Exactly. Like, that's his thing is, the more boisterous he is, the more attention he gonna get, because when he was an activist, or he says he's still an activist, nobody wanted to listen to him when he was speaking knowledge. So his
Kevin Samuels thing. It's the Kevin Samuels
thing.
Now
he goes on social media and he just says outrageous stuff.
You get an opportunity when we done with the show, look up Charleston White. He guaranteed to give you a soundbite. You talking about sound bites? He gonna give you a million of
them. Yeah, that changed the mood a little bit.
No,
I'm just thinking. I'm in deep thought, bro.
Yeah,
if you're not aware of them, it's kind of hard to speak on it. Now, my brother's favorite person in the world, Diddy, was on Breakfast Club today.
Yep.
Did he?
Yeah, man.
Why?
I mean, he's
y'all
a part of the culture.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I apologize.
He a part of the culture. So his whole thing today was he feel like people keep attacking him.
Yep.
So he showed up to the Breakfast Club to kind of defend himself and to shoot back. So, of course, the whole thing with Mace and Mace feeling like he owed, like Diddy owe him a whole bunch of money, that shit came up. Today, Diddy was like, well, frankly, you owe me like $3 million. And it finally made sense to me. It's not something that I even thought about at the time. So Mace was an artist for Diddy. He did an album. The album went double platinum, triple platinum, whatever it went. How many people signed one album deals? Mace only had one album.
Yeah, 360 deals.
Right. So normally you're going to sign a deal for 3 albums or 10 years or whatever come first. But it's never for one album. Mace only put out one album. He never delivered a second album. So did he shit the bed on his contract, or did he steal from him?
Okay. Being that I know the background of the business, you got to remember, sometimes when you have other artists on your label, they'll shit can you, put you on the shelf and put somebody else out, which you know Dr. Dre was always good for that as well.
But Dre was also putting out music.
He was putting out music for, you just proved my point, for other artists.
I don't think.
All right, you want me to start naming artists he put on the shelf? You don't want to do that, do you?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, run it.
Okay, Rakim.
Okay.
He put Rakim. Now Rakim one of the dopest MCs in the game, still to this day. Should have been way further than he was until he signed with Dre. Okay.
True that.
Crooked Eye.
Crooked Eye.
Crooked Eye.
Yeah. Put him on the shelf. Just had him ghostwriting. You know? I could go on and on.
It's a certain thing though, like, so, and it's not to make an excuse for him. When you at Dre level, you know that you can market and sell Eve. And an Eve project is probably a $500,000 project. You know, you got Gwen Stefani, who's a white woman in a white band who's going to sell 500 million units. You know what I'm saying? He also shelved himself. We've been waiting on Detox for 20 plus years.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
I read the comment. Somebody said that because he didn't do Gangster, that's why.
And that's what I think, you know what I'm saying? When you get to a certain level, you can't just do what you've been doing. Now, I just heard that Snoop is about to put out a Dr. Dre produced album.
Yep.
So that would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Will that album come out? We'll never know. But you can't keep putting people on at that level. You know what I'm saying? Drake was trying to get to a whole nother level. And that's where all those other bands came from, the Gwen Stefani's and the Pinks and you know what I'm saying, those crossover artists.
Hmm?
Do you stay true to what you do, or is it a business and you make as much money as you possibly can?
Oh, it's business. I'm not doubting it's business. What Dre did was business.
Absolutely. I feel like Diddy got some shit that he got to answer to, and it's gonna come sooner than later. I just don't think he owed shit.
I'm gonna say what I would say, because history hasn't changed. People are still saying they're not getting paid, and they're not even with Bad Boy.
Yeah.
So that's where I'll
That's
say
true.
about the
Ain't the
Diddy
only
shit.
one. Yeah.
That's true.
Diddy
That's
is
true.
not the only one, and you're realizing that all these other labels aren't paying people. Maybe they took the
It's
Diddy
hundreds
blueprint.
of artists. Yes.
Yeah. Maybe they took
Hundreds.
the Diddy, the Bad Boy blueprint, but somebody said there's somebody on top of Diddy we don't know about. There's somebody higher than Diddy that we don't know about. But my thing is, if you give me the music, the stage, you give me everything, the clothes, the outfit. Once I'm on that stage, if I don't diversify, if I don't think about myself, then this is gonna happen. You can't give me an $80,000 rollie and me not in my mind just think about, damn, do I need this 80,000? Like, sure, look, I gotta diversify who I am.
He's really giving me this,
exactly. Is he giving it to me, or is this part of the thing?
Right, exactly.
And
I paid you. I gave you that watch.
Yeah, and I think there's been enough in the history. Like even on Cadillac Records, remember they kept giving him a Cadillac. Back then. When is the youth? Yeah. When are people gonna learn that not to take those gifts? Exactly. Give me the cash, don't take the gift.
Yeah.
Because Cadillac probably gave them a Cadillac to write that Cadillac off to give to you for free, and you gave it to them, but wrote it up on their books.
Besides the fact that they say Berry Gordy was where they got the idea from Red for the 5 Heartbeats from. They say Berry Gordy was the first gangster in music.
Wow.
When you look at the Temptations, they had money issues, like all those groups on Motown, except for the Jackson 5, and they just had too much content, and they was gonna be able to leave. You know what I'm saying? But
what?
You get like
we're taking the cheese and not the refrigerator.
Always gonna be somebody that take the cheese and not the refrigerator.
What the hell?
That's the truth. That's the truth. Like it's a circular motion. If you a kid who came from nothing, this is your first semblance of success that you're gonna get, you're gonna sign whatever they put in front of you.
Exactly. And they banking on that.
They banking on that.
Exactly. They planning and banking on that.
But they also banking on And DJ Chuck T, he posted something yesterday about it. And it was this long post. And all I posted was, you put knowledge out there. This a long post, but this post is shorter than the contract that they about to sign.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And they wouldn't read the post
They
probably.
won't read the post. So what did y'all say? All right, y'all team house therapy.
Mhm.
I'm coming to Tony for guidance.
Mhm.
You management. At what level do you take your hands off me as coming into y'all camp? Because that's the real question. Some of these people, like Meek Mill blew up, right? He blew up on the Rick Ross. Rick Ross is the most diversified person in music.
He should have
Mhm.
said, let me get 3 wing stops.
That's what I'm saying. How do you not learn from that? Let me get 1 lemon pepper wing stop,
Yeah.
1 Jamaican jerk wing stop. But
Exactly.
how do you not learn when you're put in situations like that? If you're with Bad Boy, you watching Diddy do clothes, licking all that, how do you not in your mind say, this dude's not only just doing music, he got this, I need to diversify. So if I come to you, how do you take it?
So if he's your artist,
I'm his
how-
artist under y'all name
Right.
though. Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
we
But-
don't pigeon-toe nobody. You know
Like
what I'm
we
saying?
mentor, like
We
we
mentored the
But
people.
see, that's what they all say when they started out. Until
No,
them
we've
record
done
deals
that.
We've done that.
We've done that.
We've
And
done that.
he's actually a couple of weeks ago took an artist who came to me, who I am not a manager, none of that. But they watch how we move, they see how we do events and how we treat people. And I've had people come to me like, yo, will you manage me? I'm like, I'm not a manager. I'm not, that's not my lane. But Tony has taken that person and mentored that person and introduced that person to top artists at a party and say, yo, this artist want to work with you, whatever,
Exactly.
and set that up.
Yeah.
So that's
and
what
went like
we do.
this.
And
And
so when
that's-
you say
that's-
when you take your hands off of it, that's when, because that's not our lane. Could
Right.
we do it? Hell yeah,
Hell
we
yeah,
could
we
do
could
it.
do it all day.
But we not money hungry, we not greedy, and that's not who we are. We are
Nope.
supportive people of the industry and of good
Of the culture.
people
Yeah.
and of the culture. That's who we are. We're not trying to be on the level of a Diddy or nothing like we're not out here trying to make money. You see what I'm saying?
No,
Like we do this for the love of it. We lose money sometimes doing this stuff.
But that's what I'm
But
saying.
because he's a DJ, he's been in this for 40 years. He loves house music. He loves supporting the culture. So regardless of where we're at, on what level, what stage, we still gonna be us. We're gonna walk in the room and you're gonna think that we the superstars in the room.
But that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of companies, a lot of small independent record companies. That's how they start. We want to give. But then when that big check come in for whatever artist, it feel like they say, well, now it's time to get greedy. But when they get greedy as an artist, these young artists, even the older artists are just finding their talent. You have to read or find somebody else that can read it for you.
Exactly.
That's why
It's
I don't.
not-
That's
yeah,
why I don't put as much. I don't put as much on Diddy, because if I got a family and I'm trying to support this kingdom,
At the end of the day, you're still responsible for yourself.
You're still responsible for yourself. And if you got the option of coming to the table with a lawyer, you say no. You come with Buddy from the block. Buddy from the block just want that 5G so he can borrow it through the mall.
There you go.
He'll talk to you and be like, take that deal.
Take that money. Sign that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at it like
it's not 100% on Diddy. It's a lot, but not 100.
Yeah.
It's like Anita Baker just got her catalog. Anita Baker.
Wow.
So it's not something new. Like what Diddy is doing is not something new. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They say we're gonna sign you. I want you to give me 3 albums. Your first advance is $100,000. That advance is not for you to buy J's and clothes and stupid shit. That advance
Yes, they
is
do.
for you to go to the studio,
Scrippers and Jordans.
Because
get your
right,
marketing
but they don't
together.
have
Slippers and
any
Jordans.
but they don't, but that's only because they don't have any guidance.
No.
They don't have anybody in their ear
But they took out.
checking them.
But they took out what me and my brother talked about a lot. They took out artist development where they at least
Right.
teach you certain things.
Exactly.
Right.
You are so right. You are so right. And I didn't even think about that. They did. They took that out. You
They
are
sure did.
absolutely right. And you know what? I don't think none of us really paid attention to
Yeah,
that.
they went back to the Barry Gordy days.
Yeah.
Right. They took
Well-
that out because it was like, well, hold up. We don't want you. You know, we need you dumbed down. We don't need you to know more than we know.
Right.
But and that's the thing. Like if you take it back to Diddy, people didn't get paid with Diddy, right? People say they didn't get paid with Diddy, right?
Yeah.
All those people have good stage presence, can do all their songs, can dress, do all the choreography. Look at all that other shit that they can do. When the Locks did verses, they said that was one of the best ones because their stage presence. And Diddy taught them stage presence. Like
Yeah.
all that came from the artist development part.
The Locks wasn't signed to him.
They wasn't. I'm just saying.
Mary wasn't signed to him. He managed those people. You know what I'm saying? So the money issues that they had, those was little issues. You know what I'm saying? As long as you did the show, the venue source is supposed to pay you. You're not gonna get Mary to say nothing bad about Diddy. Like they kick it. You're not gonna get the Locks to say nothing bad. Now, Total might have a whole different relationship. 112, they got a whole different relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's more or less like we got to stop blaming people and understanding what it is that we're getting into. Again, This is not something that Diddy wrote the template on and it started with him. Record companies been shitting on they artists from the top to the bottom.
From the top, yeah, from the beginning.
It's the reason why we think white people play the guitar and made rock and roll. You know what I'm saying?
Carolina Dirt said, like, at what point do we not look at history and
Exactly.
And be like, you know what? Right. It's like, you know what? I need to get, somebody look at this for me.
But
before I sign.
it'd be crazy because it'd be the people that be like, I've been rapping for 15 years. Like, what else you been doing with the rap? Like, it's more than you put lyrics to a beat.
Right.
Like, and with all the stuff that's going on, you need the book sense.
Got to.
You got to have the
book. Or somebody did it.
Or you don't get robbed. Or you find somebody.
Have you not seen Unsung?
Depending on what episode you talking about. I watched a lot of it.
Everybody on Unsung done got robbed at one time. Just about every story.
But they got
artists.
And that ain't Diddy. Diddy ain't on all those subjects. He's on a couple of them. That's what I'm saying. So it's everybody.
And then that's why you don't have groups anymore. That's why you don't have groups anymore, because whenever you looking at a 5-part harmony, and no, that's the R&B I love, because the Soul for Reals and you know what I'm saying?
It was on Jack Thriller.
Everybody got Jack, and you're trying to have this entity, and the entity is separate than the actual band. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they can take this person out and put this person in and still keep the same name. I just wish, we did our due diligence as people seeking these platforms and seeking these opportunities to, again, stop blaming other people for your misfortune and create the deal that you want to do. Now, Tony, somebody offers you a show. You get with Tawanda, and I'm sure, and you say, this is what I need. This, and this. And if I don't get this, and this, then ain't no show.
I'm not going to do it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have people that are willing to say that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
We've been there.
Oh, yeah.
Now, sometimes you got to take one for the team. Sometimes it's more about, well, this show might lead to the next show, so I don't have to take much for this one.
Exactly. And that's why I said we've done that.
I just turned down something yesterday that I thought wasn't going to be lucrative.
Right.
No.
So let's move on to everybody's doing great things, man. We're doing a lot of stuff with this show. We've had a lot of different people on the show. They had a lot of different products, a lot of different ideas for things that they're doing. How do we grow our support in a way that is lucrative for our business. Whenever you are marketing for DJ Tony Gray and what you bring to the table, what do you find is the hardest thing about getting that support or getting people to share your content? Because everybody pats you on the back while you're doing it.
Absolutely.
No, I
But
say y'all
whenever it
should.
comes time, like, do you feel a certain kind of way when it doesn't grow?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's people. They'll claim they love you when they don't. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody wants to see you win until you start winning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you start winning and you start increasing and things start popping, then that's when the hate comes.
And if
And
they
then
can
when
find
the
a way to
hate
stop you
comes,
from winning,
yeah,
they'll go out of
then,
their way to
right.
do that.
Then they'll start getting in other people's ear that's around you. Oh, I don't mess with them. I don't do this. Oh, okay. But what they don't know about me is if it ever comes back to me, I'm coming to them.
Shit, damn
Because I didn't ask for the lie.
Right.
So when we go to events and people run up to us and be like, "Oh, Mr. and Mrs. House Therapy, oh, can I get a picture? Oh, Tony, we're gonna put you on." I'll be like, hold up. We're here to
didn't ask for the
support.
lie.
We didn't ask for the lie. You don't have to tell my husband that you're gonna put him on. See, that's what people don't understand. We're in the lane that we're in by choice, not because anybody out in these streets has stopped us from being anywhere.
Nobody made us. We made ourselves.
Exactly. He had house therapy before me. All I did was come on board and support him and help him elevate it to the next level.
Exactly.
I didn't even do social media before I met my husband.
No.
None.
So that's where the mac and cheese came from. Nah, but let me ask you this, Tawan. Since you the
I'm the what? What am I?
The mac and cheese maker. Has the hate changed? Like the hate y'all were getting last year, 2 years ago, it's the same hate now?
Oh, absolutely. And
like they didn't get smarter with
more. Listen, this is what I don't understand. It's crazy to me that you've got people out here that are on certain stages doing certain events that's not even getting the love that we get, and we're not even on that stage. But we can walk into a room and people will put us on that stage.
It's like you're not being shared, but when you show up, everybody knows who you are.
Exactly. And that's because I make sure that I am promoting house therapy. I'm promoting my husband. I'm in other people's chat rooms. I support other people. Yeah. It's not just about us. So people that be sitting around talking about, oh, it's about the culture. It's about this, it's about that. You talk the talk, but you don't walk the walk. I'm a baby house head. I don't know it all, but I see it.
Right.
And I tell people all the time, like, don't ever think that you're standing in a room saying what you're saying about me or my husband or house therapy and it don't get back to us. It absolutely does.
It's the same.
And I don't get it. It's like, why are you hating? If we out here trying to do the same thing, why are you hating?
I don't think people understand that. They think that the hole is this big, and they think it's one bullet that can get in that hole.
Come on, brother.
But it's 8 billion more.
Come on, brother. I'm just saying.
I need $100,000. I need 100,000 people, right? Out of 8 billion. 100,000 people changed my life. You know what I'm saying? We do this show. We get a lot of credit. People like what we're doing. Are they sharing it? Are they going out of their way? Probably not. Exactly. As long as you're not hating, I'm cool with that. But if you hating, you could kiss the little hairy part between my manhood and my asshole. You feel me?
Bruh, you better say it. Not the tank. I'm with you. Not the tank. That's my thing. And I've said that. I've said that too. My thing is this. Everybody got a lane.
Right.
We stay in our lane.
Absolutely.
But if you're going to do what you're going to do not think that you're going to go behind our back and try to dog my husband, call him homophobic, talk about him like a dog, tell people don't come to his events and all that. Why are you doing that? What are you threatened by?
And that's right, because in South Carolina.
Because you're on a whole nother level. Let you tell it. You running shit.
And that's just South Carolina.
Then run that shit over there. But when you cross over here, I'm coming for you.
I talked
And and they know this about me. So that's why they know don't do that. Don't come for my husband. This is his brand.
Absolutely.
So if you're gonna hate, go ahead and hate, but don't, like you just said, don't purposely try to sabotage what I'm doing, because I'm not at your events. I'm not at your party. I'm not putting your ass on blast.
I support. I know what you're talking about.
It's a whole bunch of people I'm talking about. And they know.
It's crazy. Like, people will see what you're doing and they immediately envy what you're doing. A lot of times because they
people
can't.
envy the fact that we're married. People envy the fact of how we are together.
They don't like the fact that we're happy.
That we fools together. This is who we are. Listen, do you laughing, Caroline Durban? Ain't that crazy though? You don't understand the hate that we get.
Hey, they mac and cheese don't taste the same. They mac and cheese don't taste the same. They grilled food don't taste the same. That might be what it is. They numbers ain't matching up. They 69 numbers ain't matching up. It may be what it is.
I don't spend a whole lot of time on haters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do what I do. How I kill hate generally is when they say, you know, your little show, or I see you got your little thing going on, and it's quickly like, well, why haven't you found your thing? There's so many things that you could do. And I applaud them. Like, when people say, yeah, man, I want to do a podcast, the first thing I say is, come on with it. I help you. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was an impossible task before I started doing it. After I started doing it, you find out what you can do. Not that it's easy or hard or anything. You just find out what you can do.
Right.
Some people are just here to talk. Some people are here to be in your way. Some people are here to push you along. I'm going to spend my time with the people that's going to push us along. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
For the people that are here and that they support us now, supporting DJ Tony Gray, we appreciate y'all. It's obvious that we appreciate y'all. For you motherfuckers that's for some reason at odds with this production or any other production, you got to look inward. Nothing about hating on us is going to fix your life or your situation.
Because we're going to keep doing what we're doing.
And we're going to keep doing what we're doing.
And like I tell Tony, like when he's playing on Thursdays, like he's on another platform as well. So I'm back and forth in different chat rooms, you know, for him. And he'll say, well, my numbers was low over here. I'm like, listen, your job is not to look at those numbers. For one, your job is to play motherfucking records.
That's all you do.
That's all you
do is spin records.
Okay, that's your job. You let me worry about the numbers. You let me worry about that. Because listen, he'll get in his own way and he'll get in his own head because he's thinking, well, this person room had listen, bruh. I keep trying to tell him it don't matter. Even in this, I'd rather have 10 loyal motherfuckers that's down that I can have a good time with, that's gonna support and push us, than 1,000 fake motherfuckers that I gotta risk going to jail for because I got to cut your motherfucking ass when I see you.
Okay, that part.
Well, damn,
because see, I can't. I'm not the one. I ain't gonna walk in the room and be like, hey, oh, no.
Right.
No.
Oh yeah. If you show yourself,
when I know
right.
When I know what you done said, oh, you can kiss my motherfucking ass.
And as it should be.
From the root to the tube.
I feel like
put the drink down.
But
put the drink.
No, I mean, I feel like
the
that's what it is. Like the way that y'all operate as a couple, as business partners, there's nothing that can come between. As long as nothing comes between y'all, people don't understand that they can't do anything to infiltrate that.
Exactly.
Try as they might.
Try as you might. All you're gonna do is piss me off and make me work harder.
But you know what also
when that
pisses
shit
them off?
happened, guess what? My husband was on TV.
But you know
I
what
had
else?
him on TV on the news with Billie Jean Shaw. I was like, oh, he what? He ain't what?
Okay.
Oh, really? Oh, that's what we're doing. Okay, let me make a couple of phone calls. Cause see, this is what y'all don't understand. This right here, you might see hood, but out there, babe, I work for a law firm. I'm surrounded by money. I'm surrounded by lawyers. I know people, so I know how to conduct myself and get where I need to be.
As you should.
Well, what I was going to say is, you know, some people be jealous of, and me and Venom talked about that, the networking and the support team. Because, you know, everybody want to scream they by themselves, right? I did it by myself. But watching y'all two, they're looking at y'all like, dang, he ain't had to do it by himself. Like she ride with him, or vice versa. You got to look at it that way. Like they looking at y'all, how y'all be like. I was looking for a picture all day today, and every picture with y'all are side by side like that.
Right.
Like that's hard. That's hard for people trying to come up with a product or a service or a business plan to find people they can trust like that.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
that's probably why they so envious.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you got to look at it like even like the average dude that call himself a rapper. He with somebody that don't even believe in his dream.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I bet you was at the studio. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. Say, do it again. Wait.
I bet you was at the studio when I was calling you. You know what I'm saying? And again, watching y'all work together. Watching y'all work together, laugh together, and actually get the business done. That's the part that I applaud the most. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me and my brother.
Once people meet us and are around us and see how we are all the time, it's like, you know what? They be like, y'all cool. Y'all some cool people. Like, y'all like
this is the way we are all the time.
No, I don't say that people.
No matter where we're at. And
y'all party with us, y'all know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but people hate happiness. Y'all
know how we do.
People hate happiness.
That's how we connected.
Yeah. And I told Tony, like even with, it's not just about us. Like we have what I've created, what I call the house therapy squad. Yeah. Because there's like at least 5 or 6 people. If I'm not in the chat room or can't promote, they are promoting and pushing house therapy like crazy. Yeah. Like they on it. So for me, I'm always checking on them. I send them t-shirts. I do, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a part of their life.
If
like
they need to call us to talk to us about anything, they can.
So people don't understand behind the scenes, the reason when you walk into a room and somebody is saying, yo, I love them, or putting on Facebook, yo, shout out to house therapy, whatever. And you sitting back there going, well, damn, they ain't that great. That's because you don't know the relationship that I have with that person that just put that post up.
Right.
Like you don't know that, you know, that I called that person out of the blue just to chat and to check on that person. Not because they're in the chat room, not because they're promoting for my husband. No, because I've genuinely formed a relationship with that person. That was just the avenue of it. You know what I'm saying? Some people want to only hit people up and be like, yo, I'm having this event. I need you to come out. You're going to be in the building. I need you to come out. And then after the event, they don't talk to the person no more until the next one.
Right. You're right.
So that's why I told Tony, it's like, it doesn't matter. Like he's got to play in Charlotte on the 22nd with House Stock. So we'll be in Charlotte on the 22nd. He has to play.
Absolutely.
I told him, I said, don't, like, you can't worry about who's going to show up for you. Because I promise, if ain't nobody in that building but me, we're going to have a good time.
So let me ask you this, Tawana. Like, when you see other people going through, they got the same situation as you, but you don't see their business partner showing the service love. Like you the business partner, Tony the service. So how do you feel when you look at other people in the same situation? You be like, that's the person that's failing. It's not the person DJing. It's the business partner. Your equipment should have been set up. You shouldn't have forgot this. Like, how do you feel about that person?
Yeah, you done struck something else True story. What's that spot downtown we
Wet
did?
Willie.
No, not Wet Willie's.
Which
The
one?
other spot where I left and the Capitol, the Capitol
Capital
building.
City Club.
At
Yeah,
the top?
Capital City Club. Yeah.
Okay.
I had a party there, right? True story. I went downstairs to go to the truck to get some wires or something. I came back. She done set up the speakers, hooked up the wires and everything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But to your question, like I can't speak for other DJs' wives or other couples. I just know when I met him, I didn't know he was a DJ. Tony and I met online, and we met under blackpeoplemeet.com when it was hot. So
Throwback.
yeah, so
I already
we met
knew what
that
that
way,
was.
but as
I already knew what that was. What you doing today?
See, I ain't gonna say what I usually say. I'm gonna be nice tonight. You know my usual spiel. Like,
yeah,
Oh yeah, that's that pimp talk.
oh,
I remember
you already knew, didn't you?
yeah.
that pimp.
Little bit left.
See, Jay.
That's that
Remind me of myself back in the day.
pimp.
Yeah, but when I met him and we actually started forming the relationship part, and I started getting to know the DJ side of him. And as we dated, and when I fell in love with my husband and knew that he was going to be my husband, like I said to myself, this was me. How can I say that I love him and not support him?
Mm.
Even if, and I always say this to some of the DJ wives now, like, even if you're not the one there with him at every event, setting up equipment, carrying speakers, doing all this extra, if you're doing nothing else but at least help him load the car, give him encouragement, let him know you're going to be up when he get home. Like, there's things that you can do. Not everybody's going to roll like me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it was, we down. We're going to do this together. You do your part, I do my part.
Man, these ain't gonna break it. Let's keep it real. They ain't gonna break it now.
I ain't broke down yet.
I'm just saying. I'm figure of speech.
But I'm just saying, though,
Like,
but that
I
was-
ain't doing that. No.
but for me, that's what it was for me. For me, it was like, okay, I have to support him. Like, I can't say that I love my husband and not support him in some type of way. How it got to this point, I was not planning on that. My thing was, I opened up a Facebook page and promoted that one show that he did on Thursdays. And as I started promoting and started going to other people's chat room, people started to get to know me. People started gravitating towards me and wherever I was, and they would follow.
Right.
I'm the help. Now I'm the
You
help.
said you the help.
I'm the help.
She's the introduction. Like,
Now I gotta say, hey,
she brings the energy that you gonna bring
yeah.
before you
like-
get there.
They don't even say no more where your wife at. They be like, they just don't come in the room now. They be like, they'll hit her up. You gonna be in the chat room? Now even ask me no more.
Okay. Now, so this is a lesson for couples out there that are in these kinds of relationships where you are working with a creative. If you don't believe in the dream, get out their fucking way.
Wow.
You're not gonna stop them. You're not gonna stop a creative from being creative. They spend their time in the studio. That's what they're gonna do. If they spend their time in the art studio, if they on the road doing photography, you're not gonna stop a creative from being creative. So,
and if they try, if that person tries to stop you, that's not the person for you.
absolutely.
Because I've been with people that's told me, when you gonna quit DJ? You too old for this shit. Shit like that. That's the person you got to get away from.
Absolutely. Because what age, we the only group of people, and this is black people, we the only group of people that stop each other from doing shit with stupid ass rules.
Yeah, especially with this new thing about the dude that what's his name? DJ I forgot his name.
Oh,
he was like, yeah, academic, said rappers are old and dusty.
Yeah.
Right, right.
That was real ignorant.
You got Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne is on an oxygen tank, and he probably got a show tomorrow. And his
guess what?
tickets,
They gonna show
and
up
his tickets
for him.
$200.
And they gonna show up for him.
And they gonna show up for him.
Thank you.
We gotta stop expiring each other. If
Come
somebody is providing a product, as long as that product is good,
Absolutely.
indulge in their product and support their product.
You know what I call it? I call it slave mentality.
There's that.
I'm sorry. That's what I call it.
There's that.
Yeah.
I don't feed to that stuff.
I mean, you shouldn't, man. People talk about mental health all the time, but yet when somebody says you too old or you can't do something, a lot of people do shut down.
Exactly, because they feed into it. They believe
they feed into it, and the worst thing is you can be strong, you can be physically strong, but if your mind think you're weak, you're weak.
That's why I have to keep him out of his head. Like when he has shows and events or whatever, I tell him like, don't worry about who's on the dance floor, who's not on the dance floor.
Right.
You motherfucking Tony Gray. You've been in this for 40 years. Whether they dance or not. Like we've had events where people would sit in their chair and be on their phone the whole time. You know what I do? I get on the mic, I go around the room and I talk to people. I'll be like, hey, okay, I got another chair dancer. Thank you for that $20. Because I'm a dance. Because you done paid. So,
absolutely.
Baby, if you want to pay just to sit there and dance in your chair, thank you.
But I think that's the era that we in as well. Like we're about to get this wrapped up in a segment.
Yeah.
That was one question that I was going to ask. In the era of I'm posting to Instagram, I'd rather post than actually enjoy the party that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? I see how you're going to interact with the crowd and you're going to try to bring them out of that. Does that normally get people up and get them in motion?
Absolutely. I get them on the floor.
Absolutely.
I absolutely get them on the floor. Because then they start getting comfortable. And then they're like, you know what? This is fun. Like, okay.
Because you be jamming. Right. I don't know how anybody can sit when you jamming like you jamming.
Well, they'll usually happen at my house music events. I do an R&B and hip hop event.
Yeah. They'll do that.
House music events, they come to dance.
Okay.
And they on the floor the whole time. House heads on the floor all the whole time. But when we do like the R&B classic throwback events, stuff like that.
Yeah, you got to make them. Because they used to DJs yelling and screaming at them over the microphone, and I don't do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it that or is the setting? Because DJ Kid Capri said strip clubs messed up the dance clubs. With being the fact they added more chairs, they added more furniture so people can't dance or have a reason to dance. They added VIP, which had less air for people to sit down. If you want to sit down, you got to pay for the VIP, which is $1,000, whatever. So
I think it's social media more than strip club.
I do too.
I think it's these phones.
Right.
Well,
they'll sit there on their phones the whole time if you don't engage. So when I see that, I grab the mic and I engage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it gets them up, and it gets them partying, it gets them out of their little comfort zone.
I can do that. Well, look, we about to get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all coming on and sharing y'all stories. We're gonna do this again, of course, just because that's what we do. But
Tawanda, I'm gonna do it again by myself. I'm gonna do it
she's by herself next time. Yeah,
absolutely. But go ahead and run down whatever you got going on. The links and websites that he's playing on and streaming on, whatever shows he's got coming up locally or whatever. Go ahead and run that down for us.
Okay, so October 22nd, he will be in Charlotte at Crown Station. It's a day party from 1 to 8, I think. I think it's from 1 to 8. And then November 18th, he'll be downtown Columbia at the Art Bar. He'll be playing out there. And you can also, he'll be on My House Radio and Mixcloud Live on Thursday from 1 to 3.
Not tomorrow,
but not not tomorrow, but after that. But you can follow his page, DJ Tony Gray page on Facebook, Tawanda Smith Gray on Facebook. You can actually just Google both of us, DJ Tony Gray, and you can Google me. I am Mrs. House Therapy, no spaces, and all my pages and stuff will show up.
I know that. I like it.
So when you become, so people can hate all they want to, But guess what? I'm gonna get me a T-shirt and say,
No,
I'm Googleable.
we say
Damn.
Caroline, they go, oh, just Google you, right?
Yeah.
Google you, right?
That's what I was
Google
thinking.
me, player.
That's what I
I'm
was thinking.
Googleable.
Think about it. You can't if a person can't be Googled, then
Well, we at the last
We
call.
gotta work a
I'm gonna bring
little
y'all up. I'm gonna bring y'all up one more time. This is where you can be motivational. You can talk your shit. You can do whatever you want. But this is us going out of the bar for the night, man. What message do you want to convey to the people?
Yeah, punk beaches.
All right, never let anybody block your blessings. Believe in yourself. Believe in your dream. Follow your dream. You got anything you want to say?
Yeah. To all my ladies that are married to DJs out there, support him. If you can't be in the building to support him, but support him by just encouraging him. Just be there for him. If nobody else is promoting your husband, you promote him. You encourage him. Because sometimes with some of these DJs, that's all they have is their music. So allow them to have that space. I moved Tony all the way out in the backyard with his own building. I want him to have his space.
Right.
Because I love him. Not because I want him out my house.
Out her
No.
house.
Get off.
But no, that's a real thing, man, and that's a real message that you're giving to the people, especially the couples. Stop shitting on your partner dream. And
That's
you don't
right.
it sometimes it's passive aggressive and you don't even realize that you're doing it. But that's another show.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Carolina, what you got for the people?
Network of superpower. I'm gonna keep saying it. That's my shit. Network of superpower, man. We met these people, and it's been love ever since.
Yes,
That's
it
right.
has.
That's right.
Yeah, and I support
Family.
them. Yeah, I support them fully. He go live on Thursdays. I'll be looking for that. I'll be at work jamming, loud, and I shared. I think one time I had like 5 or 6 people in there from our Facebook group in there jamming. Was like, man, this dude be getting old. But I support whatever they
that's
post.
That's my boy right there.
Yeah, whatever they post, I'm support. I'm gonna share. I'm gonna keep being who I am. That's just who I am as a person, man. But
Thank you.
network is a
Thank you.
superpower.
Much love, man.
Much love. Appreciate that.
Absolutely,
You need to
man.
understand that too, that if you can't do nothing but share the post, even with, even with you guys, even if people that didn't make the show can go back and look at it later, share it.
Share it.
Y'all
That's
share
it.
all the rest of
go
this
to
garbage.
go to my Mixcloud page also.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
DJ Tony Gray. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
over. It's like
I share that too.
up there now.
Yeah. It's
About 150, maybe 160 mixes up there.
So if you don't know,
Now
go
you know.
mixcloud.com and check DJ Tony Gray out.
That's right.
I'm gonna tell y'all like I tell y'all every week, man. Love the ones who love you back. Support people, man. It don't hurt you. Nobody's asking for your money. Nobody's asking for too much of your time. You on YouTube looking up bullshit anyway. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
You're looking at recipes that you ain't never gonna cook. You're doing all kind of shit other than taking somebody that you know and helping them get to the next level. And it's not your job to do it, but it's okay to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We have been doing things the same way over the years, the same way. Sometimes we need a change. And if I'm asking you for your help, don't kick me in my nuts. Help me or don't, but don't kick me in my nuts. You feel me?
Thank you. Exactly.
This is being a special episode, man. We love Mr. and Mrs. House Therapy. Again, they're going to be back. Check them out on their levels and on their platforms. This is the Bob and Bottle Podcast. I'm Jay Walker III. That's Carolina Dirt 803. And y'all be good. Till the next time. We gone.
Bye.
Peace.